Have you ever done incredible work on a project only to watch someone else get all the credit in a high-stakes meeting? I've been there, and I bet you have too. Today, I'm going to show you how to stop being the best-kept secret in your company and start creating strategic visibility. Welcome to Daring Breakthroughs, the show that helps ambitious professionals build unstoppable confidence, gain crystal clarity, and create powerful connections to fuel their next career moves. I'm Jen Landis, author of Break Up, Break In, Break Through. I took my own journey from Walmart to Wall Street, and I'm here to show you how to rise with strategy, not burnout. Let me share a story. I remember when I first identified what I thought was a big organizational gap at my company. And I just thought, man, this idea is so good that if I just present the idea, it will sell itself. And I thought people would immediately see the value and jump on. Yeah, that didn't happen. In my first real meeting to test the idea, I was completely shut down, as in loudly yelled at. I just wasn't expecting that kind of vehement reaction. I ended up fleeing the room in tears, literally in tears. What I thought was a great idea wasn't enough. You can't just have a great idea. You have to create a project around it that solves an organizational pain point and that builds your credibility at the same time. The reason this idea failed so abysmally in its first introduction was because I hadn't taken the time to make sure that the people in the room understood that I wasn't just pursuing this for my own benefit and my benefit alone. I came across as overly ambitious and as someone who wanted to tell everybody else what they needed to be doing. That wasn't my heart, but it was my presentation. I needed to build more credibility with those individuals. I needed to make sure they understood my intention, not just what I thought was a great idea. I let my enthusiasm and exuberance overtake me. So I had some parts of that right, but I went about it in the wrong way. I'm not saying that the way I made the proposal justified the treatment that I received. It absolutely did not. But I didn't quite go about it the right way. Another thing that I think we often do is if we don't come out with exuberance, we don't come out at all. We sit back and we don't say anything, and that contributes to our invisibility. So today, we're going to fix that. It's not about working harder. It's about working smarter, but on the right things. In my book, Break Up, Break In, Break Through, I call this the P in the PLAN framework, or pick your opportunity. Here's how it works. Step 1, you identify an organizational pain point. You have to find something that is creating pain for your customers, pain for your coworkers, pain for you, but not just pain for you. It's got to be a pain that is felt. And it's best if that pain is felt by the decision makers who are going to have to approve whatever it is that you bring forward as your solution. I like to use a tool called the Opportunity Compass. And I lay out my entire exercise in chapter 4 of my book. I'll actually attach an excerpt of that to the show notes. Really what you're looking for here, if we just boil it down, what are the grumbles that you hear at the water cooler or in the chat string with your coworkers? The stuff that people say when management isn't around to hear it. What are the inefficient processes, the broken things, the senseless rules that just don't make sense anymore? It's not just complaining that we're listening to. We're listening for something that's broken that creates an opportunity for you to exercise your strategic muscle to identify a solution that will work for the entire organization and, as a result, will also benefit you. Step 2, we need to match the pain point to one of your skill gaps. So yes, I want you to be the person who comes forward with the solution, but I also want you to leverage the opportunity that you found in this pain point, this gap, so that you can build a new skill or further develop something that you've been wanting to grow that will help you in future roles. Or maybe it's something that you're just really interested in and you've wanted to grow in that you think might create some opportunities for you in the future. Maybe it's something you've received feedback on in which they've said, we really need to see you, for instance, exercise that strategic muscle a little more. Whatever it is, find something that is a skill gap that you have that you can put to work to show that you're growing in that area. Show specifically to the decision makers and the people who might have that next job opportunity that you really want. Look at your career aspirations as well. It's a great place to identify which skill gaps you want to shore up, because there may be some skills or some experiences that you need in the next job that you have to figure out a way to get now. This is also a great time to leverage those opportunities. Once you've done that, now we're looking for the project, the pain point that solves both the company's pain and that helps you build the exact skill you want to build. When you've got both of these, it creates a really powerful win-win situation. And let me tell you, not a lot of people are doing this. A lot of people look for pain points and they grumble about it, but they don't necessarily bring forward a project or a solution that is going to also strategically help them go from invisible to highly visible. Step 3, you need to sell it. And you need to frame it as a solution. You're not just doing a project or asking for more work. You're trying to solve a problem for the company. And this reframes what you're doing from a simple task to a strategic contribution that your leaders will notice. And let me tell you, they do notice. So if you could do one thing, if I could ask you to do one thing as a result of this short conversation that we're having here today, I would ask you to find one action that you can do, like schedule a 15-minute coffee chat with one of your trusted colleagues and ask them what they think of your idea. If you don't have an idea, ask them something that drives them crazy that you think maybe needs a better solution or that they think needs a better solution. Listen carefully for pain points. That's where you start. You find all the pain points and then go through that 3-step process. But do one thing today to start on this path so that you can create a visible, strategic opportunity for yourself. All right. That's it for today, short and sweet. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Daring Breakthroughs. If you found value in this, please hit like and subscribe and check the description for the free resources and tools I mentioned today. Let's stay connected. You'll find me everywhere at Ask Jen Landis. That's Jen with 2 N's. And if you need a speaker for your next event, or perhaps want to work with me as a coach to dive deeper, visit JennLandis.com. JennLandis.com. Until next time, share one insight you gained today with a friend, and go ahead, make one bold move. I dare you.